There are people who can enter a room without saying a word, yet everything changes. The laughter softens, the chatter pauses, and for a moment it feels as though the air itself rearranges around them. Eyes follow without knowing why, as if some unspoken current has been set in motion. Their presence unsettles, but not in a way that threatens. It awakens something ancient, something primal, in everyone who notices. Why is it that certain souls carry this weightless gravity, an aura that stirs both reverence and unease? Carl Jung believed the psyche was not merely personal, but deeply connected to archetypal energies that live within the collective unconscious. When someone is tuned to those deeper currents, they radiate more than personality. They emanate a force that is both magnetic and mysterious. Such people cannot hide in the ordinary because their very being calls attention, challenges perception, and alters the atmosphere. And perhaps you felt this within yourself. Perhaps you've wondered why others react strongly to you, even when you've done nothing at all. What if this is a sign that your aura is not ordinary, that you were never meant to live like everybody else? Let us begin to uncover the truth. Though Jung never used the word aura, he often spoke of the psychic field, the unseen atmosphere a person carries, shaped by the living presence of their unconscious. This field is not imagination. It is the silent force that determines how others feel in your presence before you even speak. Within this field, archetypes come alive. If the hero stirs within you, others sense courage and determination in your very stance. If the sage whispers through you, wisdom is felt before a word is spoken. And if the wounded healer lives in your depths, people may find themselves comforted or even unsettled by the quiet compassion in your gaze. A powerful aura is the mark of an unconscious that is active, constellated, and reaching beyond the personal into something larger. People who carry this radiance often do not try to shine. It simply happens because their inner life refuses to remain invisible. Yet it is important to remember, this does not make you superior to others. It simply means you carry a vibration, a charge that cannot be ignored. It will draw people close, inspire admiration, and sometimes provoke resistance. For when the unconscious is alive within someone, it demands to be felt by all who encounter them. So how do you know if this force is alive in you? Let us explore the 4 signs that reveal a truly magnetic aura. Let us begin with the first sign. You disturb people without even trying. You may have noticed that in certain spaces, without saying a word or making a grand gesture, the atmosphere shifts when you enter. Eyes linger a little longer on you, not always with kindness. Conversations pause or stiffen. Some people grow uneasy in your presence, others act defensive, and still others project envy or even hostility towards you, despite you having done nothing to provoke it. It can feel deeply confusing. Why should your existence alone unsettle others? And yet, this is the mark of a powerful aura. Carl Jung would remind us that people are rarely reacting to who you truly are. Rather, they are reacting to what you awaken within them. Your presence, your energy, stirs something buried in their unconscious, something they may not wish to confront. In Jungian terms, your aura activates their shadow. The shadow is the collection of traits, impulses, and truths that the ego rejects and pushes into the dark. When someone who carries a strong, luminous aura enters the room, they become a living mirror of what others repress. Perhaps it is your quiet confidence that highlights another's insecurity, your authenticity that unsettles their carefully constructed masks, or your inner freedom that reveals the chains they pretend not to wear. Whatever it may be, the disturbance you cause is less about who you are and more about what you represent to them, the parts of themselves they fear to acknowledge. This is why people resist you, project negativity onto you, or attempt to diminish you. Their reaction is not truly directed at you, but at the truth you unknowingly embody. Jung spoke of the figure who, simply by being, becomes an agent of transformation in the psychic field of others. Your aura functions in this way. It catalyzes, disrupts, unsettles. It does not allow people to remain comfortably asleep in their illusions. To some, this disturbance may appear as danger, but in truth, it is a call to growth. You are not here to be universally liked or easily accepted. You are here to stir the waters, to awaken what lies dormant, to remind others of what they cannot ignore forever. The unease you generate is not a weakness in you, but rather evidence of your psychic force, proof that your aura is powerful enough to touch hidden places in the souls of others. Let us move more deeply now to the second sign. Sign number 2. You attract intensity everywhere you go. There is something about your presence that pulls people closer, often before you have spoken a single word. Strangers may feel compelled to tell you their deepest secrets, their hidden grief, or their unhealed scars. They trust you without understanding why, as though some invisible current carries their truth toward you. You may notice that conversations with you quickly bypass the surface and slip into depths others usually guard fiercely. What to them feels unsafe to share with anyone else suddenly feels inevitable in your company. This is not coincidence. It is the resonance of your aura with ancient archetypal energies. Through a Jungian lens, you embody fragments of the healer, the sage, or the mystic. You are not just an individual in their eyes, but a living doorway into something larger, something archetypal, something connected to the unconscious itself. And so, even the most guarded soul senses in you a gateway that whispers, "Here, you may let go. Here, you may reveal." But this gift is not without its tension. For as much as you long for simplicity, quiet, or the ease of ordinary encounters, what you seem to attract instead is intensity. Storms, crises, revelations, the kind of energy that shakes the room. At times it can leave you weary, as though you are carrying a weight that is not yours to bear. You may wonder why chaos follows you, why dramas unfold around you, or why others always look to you for understanding. Yet this intensity is not a curse, but a mark of your role as a vessel for collective energy. You do not merely hold your own emotions, you mirror and stir the emotions of the collective unconscious. In this sense, the storms you attract are not random, but are drawn to you because your soul has the capacity to alchemize them, to hold what others cannot hold, and to awaken what others cannot awaken alone. What feels like heaviness is, in truth, recognition. The soul recognizing itself in you, seeking healing through your presence. The magnetism you feel is not accident, it is soul recognition. The third sign is this: you live in paradox, feared and admired all at once, caught in the strange duality of drawing others near while simultaneously pushing them into discomfort. You may notice how people watch you with awe, yet whisper doubts behind your back, how they admire your strength but secretly hope to see you falter, how they long for your approval while resenting the power your presence seems to carry. This tension is not random, it is the mark of someone whose aura embodies polarity itself, holding the currents of both light and shadow, anima and animus, conscious and unconscious. Through a Jungian lens, such a presence is unsettling because it reveals to others the wholeness they have not yet reconciled within themselves. Your existence calls out their contradictions, and so you become a mirror of the paradox they avoid facing. At times, this duality can feel heavy, as if you are condemned to walk alone, welcomed yet mistrusted, sought after yet misunderstood. But in truth, it is not punishment, it is initiation. For those who carry this paradox are meant to live at thresholds, standing between worlds and holding the tension of opposites. You are both outsider and leader, threat and guide, the one who disturbs illusions and awakens hidden longings. Others' contradictory responses to you are not personal, but archetypal. They are projections of their own inner battles between fear and fascination, rejection and desire. And in this lies the deeper soul path, to embrace the paradox not as a flaw, but as a sacred sign of destiny. You are called to embody wholeness, to stand firm where others split apart, to reveal that true power comes not from choosing one side, but from holding both without collapsing. The paradox, when lived fully, is not chaos but alchemy. It transforms division into depth and fear into reverence. This is why your aura will always feel unsettling to some and magnetic to others. You carry within you the reminder that life itself is contradiction, that the path of the soul requires embracing what appears to be opposites. Sign number 3 reminds you that the paradox you live is not weakness, not confusion, but the mark of archetypal destiny, the calling to be a bridge where others only see walls. Sign number 4 is unmistakable. You cannot hide no matter how hard you try, for your presence radiates in ways that refuse invisibility. Even when you dim your light, others sense it. Your aura moves beyond effort or intention, reaching into the space around you and leaving an impression that cannot be erased. Jung would say this is the call of individuation, the psyche demanding that you embody yourself fully rather than shrink to fit into expectations that are not yours. Attempts to suppress or conceal this force often bring internal friction, a quiet but persistent suffering, because denying the expression of your psychic energy is at odds with the fundamental growth of the soul. The shadow, which thrives in repression, grows restless when you attempt invisibility, manifesting as unease, fatigue, or even depression, signaling that your force cannot be ignored. This unavoidable visibility is not a burden but a guide. It is the universe insisting that you step into your path, that you inhabit the full spectrum of your gifts, and that you influence the world in the ways only you can. When you try to blend in or conform, the tension rises, for your archetypal energy is too potent to be contained. Others may sense it as magnetic, sometimes unsettling, yet this is the unmistakable sign of a life aligned with its deepest purpose. Your aura is a beacon, a living signal that you are meant to shine in your own unique way. To resist this is to resist the current of your own soul, while to embrace it is to fulfill the destiny etched into your being. Your presence is not incidental. It carries weight, meaning, and a directive that cannot be ignored. You are not here to dissolve into the background or to temper your light for the comfort of others. You are here to radiate, to activate transformation, and to live in the full expression of yourself. The impossibility of hiding is the final sign that your aura is not ordinary, that it holds a force meant to shape, challenge, and inspire both yourself and those around you. Having a powerful aura is not about superiority or ego, it is about responsibility, the responsibility of living in alignment with your authentic self. Your light inevitably stirs shadows in others, your truth unsettles illusions, and your presence becomes a catalyst for reflection and awakening in those around you. The task is not to control how others perceive you, but to remain steadfast and faithful to your own essence. Jung reminds us that the self is the archetypal center of wholeness, the wellspring from which your aura emanates, a visible expression of an inner alignment that cannot be hidden. Each encounter, each reaction you provoke, is a mirror to both yourself and the collective unconscious, signaling the depth and intensity of your psychic force. Carrying such energy guarantees a life that is never ordinary, yet this is the gift. It is the mark of a soul designed to impact, to influence, and to awaken. Embracing this power is not a choice of vanity, but of authenticity, a commitment to live fully in the resonance of your being and to honor the archetypal call that animates your presence. The very nature of your aura demands courage, self-awareness, and trust in the unseen currents guiding your journey. Those with potent auras carry both the blessing and burden of visibility. Some will misunderstand, but the right souls will recognize and respond to the energy you radiate. Your aura is not a weapon nor a tool for manipulation. It is a beacon, a signal of your alignment with the self. Your liberation comes not from dimming your light to comfort others, but from embracing it fully, radiating truth and offering presence. Are you willing to live as you truly are, even if it means standing apart from the crowd? The aura cannot lie. It reveals the essence of your soul, and in revealing it, you set both yourself and others free. This is Echoes of Psyche, where we walk together into the hidden depths of the soul.